also spur our economic growth, get restaurants and workers back on the job. And as we work to keep people from going hungry, we'll also work to keep a roof over their heads, to stem the growing housing crisis and evictions that are looming. Approximately 14 million Americans have fallen behind on rent, many at risk of eviction. If we don't act now, there'll be a wave of evictions and foreclosures in the coming months as the pandemic rages on. This would overwhelm emergency shelters, increase COVID-19 infections as people have nowhere to go and can't socially distance. Next week, we'll take action to extend nationwide restrictions on evictions and foreclosures. This will provide more than 25 million Americans greater stability instead of living on the edge every single month. And I'm asking Congress to do its part by funding rental assistance for 14 million hard-hit families and tenants. It will also be a bridge to economic recovery for countless mom-and-pop landlords. These crises are straining the budgets of states and cities and tribal communities that are forced to consider layoff and service restrictions of the most needed workers. It means that people putting their lives at risk are the very people now at risk of losing their jobs. Police officers, firefighters, all first responders, nurses, educators. You know, over the last year alone, over 600,000 educators have lost their jobs in our cities and towns. Our rescue plan will provide emergency funding to keep these essential workers on the job and maintain essential services. We will ensure that vaccines are administered.
There are several new days to look out for this month. If you receive Social Security SSI or SSDI benefits, the Social Security Administration has an updated payment schedule, and many seniors and retirees will be able to claim an extra $146 each month starting this year. All eyes are in the first Social Security payments of 2023, in which the record-breaking cost of living adjustments will start to be reflected in the checks of 66 million beneficiaries in December, just shy of 66 million people, most of whom are seniors aged 62 and over-collected a Social Security benefits. For most of these recipients, this isn't just a check they have earned through the decades of work. It is a necessary source of income that helps seniors pay their bills during retirement. Last year, for the nearly 90% of the retired workers surveyed by the National Pulse Group, those who indicated that Social Security accounts for either a major or minor source of their income, there are simply no bigger annual announcement than a cost of living adjustment. The next Social Security payment dates for this month are January 18th and January 25th. COLA is a raise that beneficiaries receive most years that accounts for the rising prices of goods and services. So in other words, if the cost to maintain a certain standard of living increases, Social Security checks should ideally rise by the same amount. COLA is a mechanism that allows monthly benefits to adjust upward pace a rate of inflation. The new payment amounts in 2023 will reflect an increase of 8.7%, which is the highest adjustment that the Social Security Administration has overheard since 1981, and it's the fourth biggest COLA in the history of the program that will equate to an extra $146 per check. On average, Social Security was signed into the law in 1935, with goal providing some forms of financial protection to retired workers. As of December, 51.2% 2 million beneficiaries were receiving retirement benefits. Beneficiaries were receiving retirement benefits. Most of these retirement benefits are going to the program. 48.5 million retired workers. As of last December, the average estimated monthly payouts was $1,679. But once a historically high 8.7% COLA is factored in, the average retired worker checks jumps $146 to $1,825 in January 2023. This works out to an extra $1,753 a year for the average retirees. Also, the qualifying children of retired workers receive Social Security 8.7 cost of living adjustment. The average monthly check for the spouse and children of retirees is now $801 and $856. Social Security Disability Insurance Trust Fund provides a monthly benefit to almost 8.9 million Americans. The average worker with disabilities is also expected to receive nearly $119 per month boost, which makes it a total of $1,483 in 2023. So that was the today's update, and I hope you liked the video. Please leave a like and also hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next one. Bye bye.